pays for the other's sins or crimes, or reaps the rewards. Who are those rowing in an identical red sailboat? Is there an identical man lying in a dead faint in the bottom of the other boat as well? And what does this have to do with that peculiar marking in the sky, the smile, that has been the nemesis of the man they hope to get to the hospital? I shall return shortly with Act 3. A man and a woman are rowing a becalmed sailboat as quickly as they can, because in the center of that boat lies another man with white hair, a man in danger of losing his life. This man is Bill Fenchurch, who has been pursued since he left Tibet by a form in the sky he calls the Smile. Bill is certain, positive, that this smile is draining away his life. Whether imaginary or not, the two at the oars do believe his life is in their hands.
Watch it, Grace. Careful as you row. Not only because something might hit us below the waterline, but in this half-morning light, distances are deceiving.
Yes, but what about the red boat being rowed by people who look just like us?
Possibly. Possibly. Yeah. Just like the desert, maybe. A mirage.
Grace. Grace. Bill's coming too. Oh. His eyes are open.
Yeah. How do you feel, Bill?
Kind of shaky. What happened?
Hey, you stay right where you are. You're getting a ride. The wind died down, so Grace and I are using a little oar power.
Well, what dumb thing did I do?
Oh, I wouldn't call it dumb. We just got caught up in a whirlpool back there, and you lost control of the tiller. I'm not sure whether it came around and hit you and knocked you out, or if you fainted for some other reason. Anyway, now we're shipshape again, and we're heading back.
So, we're running away again? No, Bill, we're not running from the Smile, if that's what you mean. The sun came up about an hour ago, and we didn't see it. The Smile never showed up.
Hey, say, Grace, I feel a wind coming up. Ship your oars and head for the tiller.
All right.
I'll run up some sail, and you keep her steady on buoy number 9.
So, you guys didn't see it, and we're not running from it. That can't last much longer. Why do you lie to me? It's taking me with it. Look up into the sky, will you? Admit it's there. Admit it. We're lost. The Smile was spreading the edges of its evil mouth over the top of our red mast like a two-sided pennant. I had never seen it that closely. It seemed to be talking, wordless movements coming out of its opening and closing mouth. The wind shipped us along. I kept my eye on the marker buoy. I knew we had to get Bill to the hospital, that his life was in danger.
Hey, you there! Red sailboat! Watch out where you're heading!
Wilbur, it's the same red sailboat we saw before.
Can't you see us? In all my years on the water, I've never seen anything like it. They act as if they own the bay. Come charging across our bow like that. Say, Grace, if you hadn't hung on to that tiller, they would have cut us in half.
It's just pure dumb luck. I didn't know what I was doing. I was so mesmerized by the fact that it was the same red sailboat we'd seen before.
They didn't care. They absolutely didn't. And you know what I think? I don't think they even saw us.
But there's 3 people on board. You did notice them, too.
No, I can't say I did. I'd have recognized any of them. I would have reported them.
But 2 men and a woman at the tiller. I could see it all so clearly. 2 men, one standing by the mast, raising the sail, just like you were, Wilbur, and the other man sitting down in the center of the boat. just like Bill is doing. And the woman at the helm, she had on the same T-shirt that I'm wearing, identical, blue with red stripes.
Are you sure? You saw all that in that instant?
And the man sitting down amidships had the same white hair Bill has. Well, what do you make of it?
Well, I sure don't know.
That boat and the people in it were duplicates of ourselves. Everything was the same. I watched them as they rounded the rocks, doing in reverse just what we had done. But there was just one difference. The smile wasn't over us anymore. It was floating over them. Now, who were they? Were they us? I don't know how long it took. It seemed hours. But we made it down the coast, pulled into a town dock, and Uncle Wilbur and I, somehow between us, got Bill to the hospital. We waited. They'd taken him immediately to intensive care. And finally, a doctor came out and took us into an office.
Which one of you is related to William Fenchurch?
I am, Doctor. I'm Grace Fenchurch. Is he all right?
Are you his wife or his sister?
Well, actually, I'm his ex-wife. Not even that. We separated 10 years ago. We each went our own way, but we're still legally married.
Then it's to you, Mrs. Fenchurch, that I must offer my condolences.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
There was nothing we could do, believe me. The entire emergency staff did everything humanly possible. I'm still trying to piece together what could have caused Mr. Fenchurch's death.
But tell me, how did it happen?
He was barely alive when you brought him in, and, well, his heart simply gave out. There was no way of reviving him. How old a man was he?
Bill was just 40.
Did you say 40? You mean he was only 40 years old?
Yes, 40.
Responded like a man who'd undergone shock or some complete trauma. I'm sorry, Mrs. Fenchurch. There's no point in your remaining here now. If you and Mr. Wilbur would care to return tomorrow, we should have much more information.
The next thing I remembered was it was morning. I couldn't quite absorb what had happened. I got out of bed. It was not my own bed. I went to the cabinet where I keep my music and my violin. It wasn't there. And then suddenly I remembered, of course, I wasn't home. I had received a telegram from Bill, whom I hadn't talked to in 10 years. Please come to Uncle Wilbur's lighthouse, it said. I think I'm dying, Bill had written. And then it all became clear.
Grace, you up?
Yes, Uncle Wilbur, I'm up. I'm just dressing. I'll be right down. Of course. It was early in the morning, and the three of us were going to take the red sailboat and go out to some offshore rocks to find something. What was it we were after? I got dressed, and I came down to the lighthouse kitchen. It was still dark outside, and Wilbur had made coffee.
Oh, Grace, I was just about to go up to your room and knock on your door. Don't you remember? We wanted to get an early start to sail out to the rocks. Bill overslept, too. Had to wake him up. He's getting dressed now.
Wilbur, you are going to think that I've taken my senses, but I simply cannot remember why we planned this excursion.
You're joking. It was your idea.
It was?
The smile. Now, do you remember? The smile that's been haunting Bill ever since he came back from Tibet.
Oh, of course. Oh, please forgive me. I knew it was something. Now, Uncle Wilbur, do you believe in second sight, precognition?
Precognition?
Having seen something in advance to its happening? I don't want to go out on the boat this morning. And I don't want you to. Or Bill. I think that we should all stay here.
Well, talk about a woman changing her mind. Would you mind telling me why, Grace?
Yes. I either know of something that will happen to the three of us, or I've dreamed something that I don't want to happen. As we sat there, I recalled every incident as it would be happening. From our conversation on the dock as we loaded the boat, to Bill manning the tiller, to arriving at the rocks, getting caught in the whirlpool, then Bill fainting, the wind dying on us, and our starting to row, and being almost cut in two by an exact duplicate of our red sailboat in which we were traveling. 3 people, exactly like ourselves. And then finally ending up at the hospital. Too late to save Bill's life.
Well, I don't know what to say about all this. It certainly was an extremely vivid nightmare.
So you, for one, don't believe it'll happen?
Of course not. We are going to track down the Smile as agreed to yesterday. You had a vivid dream, Grace. And that's all it was.
Well, it's hard for me to believe it was only a dream. I wish I could have convinced you.
Good morning, Grace. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Oh, thank the Lord you're alive, Bill.
You know, I said exactly the same thing to myself when I got up this morning. By the way, I've been standing on the stairs for a few minutes, and I want you to know I heard everything you were telling Wilbur.
I'm glad you did, Bill. I thought it very entertaining. Didn't you? The way Grace told it, one could almost believe it.
You can believe it, Wilbur, because I had the same dream. If it was a dream.
What?
I want to show you both something. Now, Wilbur, to your knowledge, I haven't been out in the skiff since we painted it, have I?
You mean since we painted it red? No. No, we haven't. I'm not sure it's completely dry this morning, but we'll see.
When you called me and woke me up this morning, there was red paint on my sheets. I looked at my hands. I'm turning them over now so you can both see my palms. Look, it's red paint. Well, I must have been holding the tiller.
Oh, I don't understand this at all.
Wilbur, I'll have that cup of coffee, too.
All right. That red paint in your hands could have only gotten there if... But why don't I remember if I was there with the two of you, just as Grace says it happened? Here's your coffee.
Thanks, Uncle. Why don't you remember, huh? I don't know if you don't.
Uncle Wilbur, would you take another look at Bill?
What for?
Look at him closely.
Well, I say he looks pretty good. In fact, better than I remember seeing him.
Well, I feel very good. Strong. Raring to go.
Bill, you look 1,000 years younger than when I got here.
Say, what are you doing here anyway, Grace? Not that I'm not all for it. It's a nice surprise.
You don't remember inviting me here to Uncle's lighthouse?
Yes, I do, sort of. Or do I?
Bill, this dream or whatever it is that we lived through, you and I, very close to the end of it, an identical little red sailboat crossed ours and took with it what you used to say had been haunting you.
Oh, yes, the smile in the sky. I wonder why that upset me so much then.
And in that other duplicate red boat were 3 people. Duplicates of me and of Wilbur and of you. The old you. The old Bill who was sick and who needed me. was in that other red sailboat which disappeared and which we never saw again. And why it existed, I don't understand. But what I do know is that you are here and very much alive. And your eyes are sparkling. And you look very distinguished. A young man with white hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I'd say you are the Bill Fenchurch I remember when you and I were first married.
Well, yeah, he does. Looks like a man with a new lease on life. I feel that way. I sort of feel like life is something to smile about.
I think it's pretty safe to say that what we have just heard is not an identical dream as dreamt by two people. I'd say that it did happen. And somehow everyone concerned was given a second chance. And as for that mysterious, fateful entity that appeared as the smile, that sort of worries me. Before ringing down the Mystery Theater curtain, I'd like to say just this. That if somewhere in the world there is such a cloud casting its shadow as the smile, but it's smiling at someone else, not you or me. I shall return shortly.
When I was a kid, Thanksgiving dinner was fun. All our relatives would come with part of the dinner. Mom cooked the turkey. Someone else would bring a vegetable, salad, or dessert. And Aunt Helen, well, she was my favorite relative. She always brought the Whitman sampler. Everything in that sampler was delicious. And you know, my favorite chocolates back then.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm Tammy Grimes. A little test. Now, right off the top of your head, how many immortal literary phrases come to mind? I'll go along with you. None but the brave deserve the fair. To err is mortal, to forgive divine. O death, where is thy sting? And last but not least, elementary, my dear Watson. Yes, dear Mystery Theater fans, you have made the correct deduction. We are about to embark on another adventure with the fabulous Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
My dear Holmes, I know you're a stormy petrel and that puzzles follow you like night to day. But this is obviously a matter of petty housebreaking, pure and simple.
Watson, I quite agree with your diagnosis of housebreaking, but it is neither pure nor simple, and I fear it may yet prove to be simply deadly. Our mystery drama, The Reigate Mystery, was adopted especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Bennett and stars Gordon Gould. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Sherlock Holmes fans, and who isn't, are accustomed to following the great detective into every imaginable situation. In and out of hansom cabs, on railroad stations, on the underground, on the Thames, in wild boat chases. But the last place you'd expect to find him is in a hospital room, suffering from nervous exhaustion.
Good morning, Watson. Oh, why are you up, Holmes? I gave you a sedative last night that should have had you sleeping till noon.
Indeed you did.
What happened?
You know my methods, Watson. Reason it out.
Huh? You didn't take it.
Excellent, Watson.
Oh, you really incorrigible, Holmes. I must...
First, tell me, are you visiting me as a physician or as a friend?
Both. But as your physician, I must insist that you follow my instructions. Now, why didn't you take the sedative?
Because I'm feeling perfectly fit.
Well, as your friend, I rejoice. As your physician, I disagree. You must admit, Holmes, that even your iron constitution broke down under the strain of unraveling the colossal schemes of the Netherlands Sumatra Company, and you need rest.
I trust you're not prescribing a longer stay here in the hospital.
Oh, no, not at all. I know you. This is no place for you to get the rest you require. How does a week in the country strike you?
Where?
Surrey, with my old friend from Afghanistan, Colonel Hayter.
And his household?
Oh, a bachelor establishment, Holmes.
Ah.
No one to fuss over you except your friend and physician. It will be ideal.
Rest is your prescription, and rest I shall have. Just make arrangements to have me discharged from this hospital.
And so it was we came to Colonel Hayter's house near Reigate in Surrey and walked straight into what at first blush seemed a petty problem. Shortly after dinner, I insisted upon an early bedtime because of Holmes' condition. But our host said...
Oh, by the by, I think I'll take a pistol from my collection upstairs with me, in case we have an alarm.
An alarm, Colonel Hayter?
Exactly. We've had a scare in this part lately. Old Acton, who's one of our county magnates, had his house broken into last Monday. Oh, no great damage done. But the thieves are still at large.
No clue?
No, none as yet. Oh, but after your great international affair, this must seem small potatoes to you, Mr. Holmes.
I quite agree with you, Hayter.
I suppose there were no features of interest?
No, I fancy not. The thieves ransacked the library and got very little for their pains. Might even have been vandals.
What makes you think that, Colonel?
Well, it seems obvious to me. The whole place was turned upside down, drawers broken open, presses ransacked, and the result is an odd volume of Pope's Homer, 2 plated candlesticks, and ivory leatherweight, a small oak barometer, and a ball of twine are all that the thieves took.
What an extraordinary assortment.
Yes, that's why I say vandals.
The county police ought to be able to make something of that. Why, surely it's obvious that...
My dear fellow, you're here for a rest. And for heaven's sake, don't get started on a new problem when your nerves are still shaky.
You've made your point, Watson. I shall be a good patient and get along to bed.
Hayter and I were down early to breakfast, and I was pleased to see that Holmes was sleeping late, when suddenly the butler rushed in agitatedly.
Have you heard the news, Colonel? At the Cunninghams? Burglary? Murder. Oh, my word. Who was killed? J.P. or his son? Neither, sir. It was William the coachman. Shot through the heart, sir. Who shot him? Well, a burglar, sir. Then ran off and got clean away. Oh, it's a bad business. A bad business.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's a bad business?
Oh, Holmes. Good morning. You may go, Jenkins. Jenkins just told us about a murder over at the Cunninghams.
Cunningham?
Yes, the leading light in the county. Justice of peace and all that. A decent fellow.
He was murdered?
Oh, no, not Cunningham. His coachman caught a burglar in the act and got shot for protecting his master's property. Evidently the same villain which broke into Acton's.
And stole that very singular collection.
Precisely.
Now, Holmes, you promised.
Just breakfast conversation, Watson. This tea is excellent. It does appear to me just a trifle curious. A gang of burglars or one burglar operating in the county might be expected to vary the scene of their operations and not crack 2 cribs in the same district within a few days.
Yes, well, not if they were local fellows. In that case, Acton's and Cunningham's are just the places to go, for they're far the largest around here.
And richest?
They ought to be. But they've had a lawsuit going for some years, which has sucked the blood out of both of them. Acton has some claim on Cunningham's estate, and all the lawyers have been at it with both hands.
Really, Holmes, I think we should change the conversation before...
All right, Watson. If it's a local villain, there shouldn't be too much difficulty in running him down. And I don't intend to meddle.
Inspector Forrester, sir.
Good morning, Colonel. I hope I don't intrude, but we heard that Mr. Holmes of Baker Street is here.
Inspector. Yes, he sits across from me now.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, if you don't mind, we could do with a bit of assistance.
The fates are against you, Watson. We were chatting about the matter when you arrived. Perhaps you can fill me in on some of the details.
Gladly. We had no clue in the Acton robbery, but here we have plenty to go on.
And there's no doubt that it was the same party in each case. The man was seen.
Ah, by whom?
The Cunninghams, father and son. The elder Mr. Cunningham saw him from the bedroom window, and young Mr. Alec saw him from the back passage.
What time was this?
Oh, 11:45. Mr. Cunningham had just gotten into bed, and Mr. Alec was in his dressing gown smoking a pipe.
And?
Well, they heard William, the coachman, crying out for help. Mr. Alec ran down to aid William. The back door was open, and as he reached the foot of the stairs, he saw two men struggling. One of them fired a shot. The other dropped, and the killer rushed across the garden and over the hedge.
And there was no pursuit?
Mr. Alec stopped to see if he could help William, so the killer got clean away.
Any descriptions?
Only the glimpse old Mr. Cunningham got from the window. Beyond the fact that he was a middle-sized man and dressed in some dark material, nothing.
And what was William doing there at that time of night? Did he say anything before he died?
Not a word.
Do you have any theories?
Well, the Acton robbery has put everyone on guard. William lived at the lodge with his mother, and since he was a very faithful fella, I imagine he walked up to check the house and, well, came upon this robber just as he burst through the door.
Burst through?
Oh, the lock had been forced.
Did William say anything to his mother before going out?
Well, she's very old and very deaf. I'm afraid the shock has thrown her into complete senility.
Pity. If that's all, there are a few small matters I should like to examine.
Oh, there's one other thing, Mr. Holmes. This piece of paper was found between the finger and thumb of the dead man. It appears to be a fragment torn from a larger sheet.
May I?
Oh, of course, sir.
On my word, Inspector, this is extraordinary. There are much deeper waters than I thought.
Well, you notice, sir, that the fragment we have reads...
At 11:45, learn what may be... And that leads you to surmise, Inspector?
Well, that it may have been an appointment. The exact time, 11:45, suggests that. And then that opens up the possibility that William was some kind of accomplice.
That's an ingenious and not entirely impossible supposition. But the writing, Inspector, the writing opens up a whole new area of complications which must be explored. Come, Inspector, there's work to be done. And Watson, you and you, Colonel, will have to excuse us.